to Rick Willis. I have a very, very special World of Wonder. And even Rick is focused on his television screen because this one, my friends, yes, this one goes back 100 years and tells a story about someone very special in San Diego. Take a look at tonight's World of Wonder.
From Presidents Truman and Eisenhower to the birth of the United Nations and the first atomic bomb, he's taken some of our country's most important photographs.
You can't have it handed to you. You have to work at it.
Joe Renteria knows about work.
Tell me what you want done, period, and I'll do it.
As our country's first Native American to lead a naval photography unit, Joe's been working at living an amazing life, a life that is now 100 years old.
I don't think of it as 100 years. I think of each chapter that happened.
We begin Chapter 1 in an orphanage in Kansas, a place Joe ended up after his parents, full-blooded Cherokee, were forced from their native land to Oklahoma along the infamous Trail of Tears. After being bullied in school and fighting back, Joe was sent to Boys Town, the celebrated home run by famed Father Flanagan. It was Flanagan who changed young Joe's life with some appreciative advice.
Father Flanagan came out, took me around the ways, put his hand on my shoulder. You know, I could make you go in to service, but that's not right. I'd appreciate, now listen to this, I appreciate it if you would go in because you're one of the older boys. That is what carried out through all my life. I'd appreciate it.
It was with appreciation that Joe signed up with the Army, serving 3 years before enlisting in the Navy. And while here at Island, Joe would marry his sweetheart, Jill Roweth, and go from shooting machine guns to shooting film.
Well, we had Leicas, we had roller cords, speed graphics, motion picture cameras.
With camera in hand, Joe flew missions to battle zones like Guadalcanal.
I flew with the pilot, and I'd take photographs.
Hundreds of photographs.
Well, one of them is the one that I took with Admiral Halsey at Kwajalein with Mrs. Roosevelt.
Joe's photographs made a big impact, and he was placed in charge of an elite team of photographers under legendary Fleet Admiral Bull Halsey. Joe was the first Native American given such a position.
I was given top secret clearance.
After the war, Joe landed a job at San Diego State, where he got the opportunity to photograph President Kennedy as he addressed the graduating class of 1963. It was an assignment Joe will never forget.
I think it's a privilege for me to be taking a photograph of that gentleman. It's an honor, a brilliant man running the country. Yes, that is going through my mind. I better not goof.
Joe went on to shoot photos at the Del Mar racetrack, and all the while dedicating his time to helping others in the Native American community. His goal now is to help build a new Indian health center, and like his photographs, he's extremely focused.
There's no way, just because I'm 100, that I'm going to lay down and I'm going to go to my house and sit there and twiddle my thumbs. There is no way. I'm going to do everything that I can.
After a full century of life, Joe Renteria has done just about everything and says his secret to living is simple.
Me, move it. Get something done. Joe Renteria was always on the go. Move it. Yes.
I was so proud to shake his hand. We have to move it, right? We got to keep things moving. We got to keep ourselves moving. And Joe does it better than anybody else. Thank you, Joe, for your service. And thanks for watching tonight's World